Lane switch, lanes wish was on the same, but my aim to take my name and brand it. Landry famous, handed down to generations. Don't have limitations. Preparing the fan for all the celebrations.
In the mirror with me, love myself, feeling free. G-O-D is inside of me. In the mirror with me, love myself, feeling free. G-O-D is inside of me. Most feel threatened by your presence. It's the God in you that keep you going. Down 10 times, get up 11 and you keep on going. Glow up, glow up, glow up, glow up, yeah, yeah. Glow up, glow up, glow up, glow up, yeah, yeah.
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to Kindness University of Autism. This is episode 12, Big Boxx
Lil Boxx.
And once again, with my lovely wife, Joi Dianne. And we're back, all right? And we're just gonna continue on, just speaking on the beginning process of raising Lil Boxx. And the next thing, babe, just wanted to ask, would you start from this in the sense of like, as a young child, what was your observation of him socially? We know now him being social is a big thing. So as far as him as a young child, what did you see him socially like 3, 4, 5 years old? 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. So what did you see him socially?
Socially, he was definitely very outgoing. He's always been outgoing and active.
Okay.
So even as a toddler, he was not shy. He's never had a stitch of that. Like,
Sure.
he was always super comfortable in every setting we were in any group of people. He could walk up to friends or to other kids in the doctor's office, at the grocery store. He would walk up to people. If we were shopping anywhere, when we get around family, even extended family maybe that he hadn't met before, he had no problem walking up and saying who he was or trying to play. He was super comfortable with everybody.
True. I remember that.
Everybody.
I remember him always doing the hey, my name is Kindness the Second. Before
Yeah.
He used to even refer to himself as Lil Boxx. Everybody always called him Lil Boxx or Baby Boxx. And his main thing was, I'm Kindness the Second. I remember that.
Yeah.
And do you, before you went to kindergarten, son, do you remember playing with your cousins or being around family that much before you started school? Do you have any memories of that?
Wow. Well, remember the wallpaper on my phone with me and Aunt at that football game?
It wasn't a football game. That was in the backyard. Y'all was throwing football. Because Tonio is his cousin, my brother, one of my younger.
No, it was a wall.
Oh, I remember that. I remember we was at the Panthers and Saints game.
Oh.
Yeah, and
That's what I said.
and that's what he talking about. And that's before, I think, before you even started school. When I took him to that Saints game, we were second lining in the middle of the street uptown, and he started second lining. He was just copying what we were doing.
Yeah. How old was he?
Yeah. So he had to be. That wasn't my. Let me see. We went to one game when.
That had to be right before he started
right before,
school.
I had to be right before school. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So he started school in 2014.
Right.
And you were pregnant at the time. So that was 2014. So that's as soon as you started school. So that was, you was like 5 years old when that.
Yeah.
That was like September of 14. So yeah. All right, that was the Panthers and Saints game. So you remember that vividly?
Yeah.
So you remember being in the middle of the street second lining up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was second lining and everything. He saw me doing it, so he got down. He had on the Saints jersey and stuff. That's the crazy thing. Saints in the middle of Carolina. All right. And just moving forward. All right, so So what it was, well, that was a good little segue too. So approaching the time to start school, did you have any hesitance to him starting school? Like saying, okay, he's not ready. I would like to keep him home a little longer. I see something that we have to work on, or anything like that. When it was time for him to start kindergarten.
Not really. I mean, I felt he was ready for school. He was excited. And he was starting right on time. Like he was 5, right?
Yeah, he started. He's 4, right? As soon as school started, he's 4. You make his birthday August 28th.
Right,
so
he turned
after the first week of school, first week and a half, he always make his birthday.
Yeah, so I was comfortable with that. Obviously, I was nervous because we were struggling trying to figure out what school to send him to.
Yeah.
So that probably was my biggest concern. I had gone to several, schools and trying to figure out what the best place was for him. So that was probably my only concern. I knew he would be great in a classroom setting. Like I figured that I knew he would be good. He wanted to make friends, and he was very vocal about that.
Yeah.
He wanted to get to school so he could learn and make friends.
Yeah, I remember.
And he was ready to get away from the younger kids too. Yeah. But he was ready for school in that, like, even as far as academically at that time, like he had pretty much taught himself how to read. Like he had been on all of the educational shows since early on. So, and we worked with him as well. But I can't even take credit for that. He definitely taught himself how to read. So he was ready, I felt. Mentally, he was ready for school and socially.
Yeah, that was my next actual segue was like the initial thoughts of his development in general, and you basically answered that. But as far as you kind of Lil Boxx, before going to kindergarten, were you confident in starting school? Were you ready to start school? So I know you should remember some of the first processes of going through kindergarten. How did you think about that? Can you, as far as you remember, how ready were you for school, if you can remember that?
I was really ready. I was really ready.
You was really ready?
I remember the time when you woke me up and you said it's time for me to go to school, and then you dropped me off.
Yeah, that was every morning. I used to work overnight. I used to tell you get up sometimes. I used to have to wake you up, and sometimes you'll already be up and be ready to go. So you basically said you were ready. You were really ready. You used to be ready to go to school fast, huh?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You was so fast, ready to get out the house. I walk in the door, you'd be grabbing your book sack, ready to go. And you used to look like a little man. Your clothes used to have to be so big. He always was a little giant, brother. A gentle giant since he was little. All right, and next, so we just basically gonna be like, so when you became a student, as far as socially, at the beginning, a couple of years, let's say kindergarten, first, second grade, we know fast forward now, in the past couple of years, socially, it was awkward for him. So you didn't see nothing, no issues at the beginning stages of grade school socially, right?
No, not at all. And actually, even as far as when we would take him for his, checkups, his well visits, the pediatrician, like, he was hitting all the correct markers, like all of the developmental markers and stuff. He was hitting them, each one, without any issue. His pediatrician, he's had the same one since birth, and she was always really impressed. Even your mom did an evaluation of him when he maybe 4.
Yeah, right before school.
Yeah,
right
and she felt like he was hitting everything. He was on point.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any doubt that he was ready for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And thank y'all for bearing with us. We're getting through. This is the ending of episode 12, Kindness University of Autism. This is Big Boxx.
Lil Boxx.
Thank you for tuning in. Remember, one life, one love, one God. Always be royalty. Peace.
Boxx-A-Million.
Boxx-A-Million. Boxx-A-Million.
Mighty Lion of Judah.